Hey, Chef Jason Hill here, and today I'm going to be preparing a potato dish that comes from Spain, and it is known as Patatas Bravas or Papas Bravas. Different ways to say it and different ways to cook it. Let's get started. Here I've got 2 pounds, a mix of baby red and baby white potatoes. You can choose any potato you like. I like these little guys, just personal preference. And I just cut them in half. I've got one here that's a little bit bigger, so I'm going to cut him into 4s. So all my pieces are pretty uniform and will cook at the same time. After you chop up your spuds, we're going to get them into a mixing bowl. Drizzle with about, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Mix them up really good, nice and coated. Then I'm going to take about a teaspoon of kosher salt, drizzle from the heavens here, followed by some fresh cracked pepper. Then I grab a cast iron pan, or you can grab a cookie sheet, anything oven proof, because these guys are going to meet their doom and go into a 400-degree oven. Try and get them in a single layer too if possible. Spread them out. They'll cook more evenly this way. Now I'm going to place these in my preheated oven, which is at 400 degrees, like I said. And they're going to be in here for about an hour. And I'm going to turn them once, probably about halfway. All right, now that our potatoes are in the oven, we're going to make up this sauce. Right over here, I got a tablespoon of smoked paprika, followed by half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You don't have to use this, but it's going to give it some kick, make those flavors pop. You're going to need some salt for seasoning. I got a 1.5 cups of chicken stock, or you can use water, vegetable stock. Half of a yellow onion, Spanish onion, a tablespoon of all-purpose flour, about 1.5 teaspoons of my garlic shallot puree, or you can use 3 cloves of garlic crushed. A little bay leaf. I like to put a little bit of tomato paste. I got a 1/2 teaspoon there, and 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, first I'm going to just get a real fine dice on the onion. And just go down to little strips. And you can also take your knife and go down the center. And then just start taking off little dices here. Get my burner going to about a medium-high flame. Okay, the pan's been preheating for a minute or so. Let's get our 2 tablespoons of butter in here. If you don't want to use butter, you can use olive oil. But since I put olive oil on my potatoes, I'm going to do butter for the pan. Get our onion in there. All right, after a couple of minutes, the onions start to cook down. I add my garlic and shallot puree and our little bit of tomato paste. Mix that up as best you can. Okay, after this is cooked about 5 to 8 minutes, we're going to put in our little bay leaf, dry bay leaf, followed by the smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, and a tablespoon of flour. I'm going to get this all mixed together, combine it. Now we're going to grab a whisk and whisk in our chicken stock. You're going to kind of want to whisk this constantly until it comes back up to a boil. All right, brought it up to a boil here. Starts to thicken up a little bit. I'm just going to set it to a simmer and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Okay, you can see it's thickened up a little bit. It's about what you want. It's kind of coating the back of the pan. And if you don't have a food processor, you can use a blender. It's not going to take much to get this to puree. Pulse away. Oh yeah, remove your bay leaf before you puree this. See, that didn't take long. Now I'm just going to add this back to the pan. All right, my potatoes have been in here just about an hour, and they are ready. You can see they got a nice brown, crispy texture on the outside, and they're going to be nice and tender on the inside. I just kept the sauce sitting up here on the stovetop until the potatoes were finished. I'm just going to put these into the sauce. And I just stir them around, make sure they get coated. Okay, after it goes back into the pan, I like to just season it with a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. And some pinches of kosher salt from the heavens. And just salt it to your taste. Okay, let's plate up. Get some potatoes on there, some sauce. And then we're gonna lay our fried egg right on top of that. And a little more sauce on top. Well, I hope you enjoy this version of Potato Bravas. It's really good. And as always, thanks for tubing in. Egg roll, double-sided Scooby snack. Double check. Discount double check. I kept the sauce on the stove topped while the potatoes finished cooking.